Okay, now I'm gonna help you with page 271. Okay, we're talking about sales tax tips and markups. Okay, so when you go to the store, you can see that you don't pay the price of whatever merchandise you purchase. You must also pay a tax. Or when your parents and you go to the restaurant, you notice that sometimes the restaurant might charge you a tip, or your parents might leave a tip on their own voluntarily. Well, that is added onto whatever the bill is. Okay, for example, if it's you go to the restaurant, your bill is $58. You want to leave a 20% tip. Well, you don't. It's not 58 plus 20. No, it's the 20% of the bill. So first, you got to convert this guy to a percent to a decimal. And that's very easy. All you got to do is move the decimal where it begins here, 1, 2 to the left. So that gives me a decimal point 20 or 0.2. And then I'm going to multiply 58, the bill, or the total, times the decimal of the tip. And so now we get 8 times 2 is 16, 5 times 2 plus 1 is 11. I get one number to the right, 11.6. That's $11.60. That's the tip I'm gonna leave. So that means I'm gonna leave $58 plus the tip. So I'm gonna add 58.0 to the tip to see how much I'm gonna pay at the end. And I'm gonna be paying $69.60. And that's my final answer. So tip and tax, you always add to the cost. So remember that, the tip or the tax. Okay, let's go to another one here. This is another word for tip. Okay, it just means the same thing. It's just a fancy word for tip. Again, your bill is 43. You want to leave a tip. Well, you got to convert this percent to a decimal. So 18% to a decimal, you move 2 times to the left, 0.18. You multiply 43 times 0.18. That gives you what? 8 times 2 is 24. 8 times 4, 32 plus 2 is 34. Put a 0. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. You get 774. There's 2 numbers to the right of the decimal. 1, 2. So my tip or gratuity is 774. That's how much I'm going to leave in tip or gratuity on top of what I'm getting charged for the dinner. So now I'm going to line up my decimals and add it, because that's what a tip is. You add it onto whatever you're doing, whatever you're at the restaurant, you're eating, or you're buying something and you like the service, well, you give a tip. Or maybe you're going on an Uber, okay, things like that. Maybe I know this is dinner, but maybe, you're going to, now we have Ubers instead of taxis, and you can leave a tip. And you leave a tip depending on how much they charge you. Okay, same thing for tax. Okay, same thing. You buy a computer, they're going to charge you tax anywhere you go. So you got to convert the percent to a decimal, 1, 2. So now it's 0.07. That's my tax. You're not going to add 1,500 plus 0.07. In other words, you multiply, because you want to find out what 15%, percent. You want to find out what 7% of 1,500 is. And so you multiply. And so 7 times 0, 0, 0. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 1 plus 3 is 10. Okay, and that's just 0, so I'm not going to continue. How many numbers to the right of the decimal? 2, 1, 2. So on top of the computer costing me $1,500, it's also going to cost me $105 for tax. So now I'm going to add them, and I'm going to get my final answer, which is $1,605. Okay, that's my final answer. Okay, let's look at some other ones here. Okay, a restaurant bill comes to $28.35. Determine the total cost if the tax is 6.25% and a tip of 20 is left on the amount before tax. Okay, so before the tax, it's telling you there, before the tax. Okay, so what you're gonna do is, well, they're gonna charge you taxes, but before you figure out the tax, you need to add the tip to this, because it says there, the determine the total cost of the tax is 6.25% and 20% tip is left on the amount before tax. So then first you got to convert this guy to a decimal. So that's 0.20. So 20% as a decimal is 1/2. So you get 0.20 or 0.2. Okay, and so now 0.2 times, okay, times 2835, and so that gives you 5 times 2 is 10, 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, 2 times 8 is 16, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 numbers to write a decimal. That's how much money you're going to leave as a tip, $5.67. So I'm going to add that to the bill, which is 2835. And I'm going to get 7 plus 5 is 12, 6 plus 1 is 7, plus 3 is 10, 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 1 is 14, carry the 1, 2 plus 1 is 3, so 3402. This is my total with the tip. Now I'm going to find out what this, the tax, now they're going to charge me tax on this amount. And so now I got to figure out what's 6.25% as a decimal. And again, you don't start here, you start where the decimal's at. And so 1, 2. And so then that means I get 0.0625. Okay, and 0.0625, we're gonna multiply this times, well, times what the bill is, and the bill is 3402. So we're going to put here 34.02. So this is the bill with the tip included. We're going to multiply times that to find the tax. And for purposes of time, I'm going to do this on the calculator. 0.0625 times 34.02. That gives me this. Okay, now that's my tax. But in money, we never say I have $2.12,625. So we're gonna round off, and this is my tenths place. I'm sorry, my hundredths place. And so I look at my hundredths place, and I look on this the right side. 5 more, we add 1 more. So it's either $2.12 or $2.13. Well, because this is greater than 5, we're gonna add 1 to 12 because we're gonna round off. And so this gives me $2.13. So this is going to equal $2.13. What does this equal? This is the tax. Okay, that's the tax I'm going to add to the bill. So now I'm going to put $2.13, and my final answer would be $36.15. And that's what I'm going to pay before I leave the restaurant. Okay, $36.15. You're gonna do number 6 the same way. Okay, it says here, Turu takes his dog to be groomed. The fee to groom the dog is $75 plus 6.75% tax. Is $80 enough to pay for the service? Well, this time there's no tip. There's only a tax. So all you got to do is, okay, first let's convert 6.75% to a decimal. 1, 2. Okay, and so now you have 7.0675 times 75. Okay, and then you'll find your tax. Once you find whatever you get, that's your tax. Whatever you get, that's your tax. Then you're gonna add it to the 75, and you're gonna find out to see if he has enough money. If he only has $80. Okay, so hopefully you can figure that out. Number 7, determine the selling price and amount of increase of a $207 bicycle with a 24% markup. So a markup is they're going to raise the price by 24%. The same thing, 24%, convert this to a decimal, 1, 2. And so a markup is when they're going to increase the price. Well, how much are they gonna increase the price by? Well, you don't know the amount, but you know it's gonna be 24% of what the original price is. So I'm gonna multiply 270 times 0.24, and that'll tell me the amount it's gonna go up. So this is 0. 4 times is 28. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 10. Put a 0 there, and then we get 0. 7 times 2 is 14. 2 times 2, 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay. And now we have, okay, so I'm going to put it 0, 8, 4, and 6. So I get 6480. How many numbers to write a decimal? There's 2. So they're going to raise the price by $64.80. Okay, so now you're going to add, line up your decimals, 64.80 plus the price of the bicycle. Okay, and you get your final answer, which is $334.80. Okay, that's the new price of the bicycle. That's 24% markup. That's what it means. They raised the price by 24%. Okay. The same thing here. Exactly same thing. The same thing I did for number 7. You do for number 8. Okay. What is the sales tax? Let's see here. Okay. And so now you can finish the rest. I think it was only up to 71. Okay, so up to 10 problems. Okay. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Okay, 6 problems, or 5.5. Sorry, 5.5, and you can do the rest. Okay, all right. Good luck.